So as many of you have heard by now, there was a mass shooting in FSU a couple hours ago, and before I continue, my condolences to everyone that was impacted by this. We don't know for sure if anyone's dead from this. There was a report circulating a couple hours ago that there were 5 dead, 4 injured, but according to the same report, now they removed it from the article. It was WFTV. We don't know for sure if anyone's dead yet. Again, by the time this video comes out, there probably will be an update about if anyone's dead or not, but it does sound like there are some that got injured. And I believe President Trump said something about this. I know for sure that Kash Patel, the FBI director, he did say that my team and I have been briefed on the tragic shooting at Florida State, and our FBI Jacksonville team is on the ground assisting. We will provide full support to local law enforcement as needed. Please keep the FSU community in your prayers. So the FBI is on it. They're already on the ground. I think they even sent Dan Bongino, one of the top people at the FBI now. He's on the ground, I believe. So, you know, they're acting very quickly, thank goodness, which this is just common sense. Like, yeah, the FBI, if they're doing their job, they should be here ASAP. So I am glad that the FBI is taking their job seriously. They're not messing around. They're saying, okay, we're already at FSU. We're not waiting 5 weeks or whatever. That's good, all right? So it sounds like there was a legitimate response, but this is not really what I want to talk about. This is not the thing that I'm really mad about. Again, the shooting itself, it's horrible. We got to figure out why the people did it. Apparently there were 2 shooters. We don't know for sure. But the reason I'm making this video is a video that was circulating during the shooting. And listen, I want to be clear about one thing. I'm not showing the whole video because I can't for obvious reasons. But there was one part in particular that, listen, I don't care who you are. This should make everyone sick. And again, I can't show the video, but how I can describe it is, well, you had someone, and this was apparently at FSU, all right, in the middle of the shooting. I cannot confirm this, all right, but that's what people are saying. And there was somebody on the ground that, yeah, I'm not going to get into details. You could probably guess what I'm talking about. And you just had this person casually walking by as if there's no problems whatsoever, and she is like drinking her Starbucks, like, oh, there's nothing wrong here. Yeah, this is a real video. This is a real video of this. Again, I can't show it for obvious reasons because YouTube would take it down, and even though this video is censored, I'm not going to show it, and it's bad. And a lot of people are wondering, what the hell is going on here? This country, this society is nearing a breaking point where now you have people that look dead, all right? And you're just casually walking by and then there's nothing wrong with it? What is going on here? Society cannot function like this. And I know it's only one video. Maybe the person is scarred and they're so shocked that they don't know what they're doing. I understand that. But this video, which again, I cannot show. I could show this one picture. This perfectly represents what's going on. Our society's falling apart. People don't care. And things are getting worse. And this perfectly represents what is happening with what is the biggest story in America right now. And of course, I'm talking about the Carmelo Anthony case. And I think everyone's heard about this, but for those that don't know, Carmelo Anthony, he killed Austin Metcalf, right? This is a fact. He killed him. Now, they're arguing self-defense, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, Austin Metcalf is dead. He is dead. And this case is becoming a national story. Everyone's talking about it. It's becoming a bombshell. And all for the wrong reasons. It's becoming a racial thing. And it's not just the media pushing it. It's part of it. But you have the people that represent Carmelo Anthony saying crap like this. He is attacking Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff, for attending this crappy press conference, saying that it's a disrespect to the dignity of his son. This is real. I'm not going to show the video because I might blow a gasket. But the point is, this case is happening right now. Tensions are rising. It's becoming a racial issue. This is insane. This case, anyone that's honest with themselves would tell you this case is clear. He killed Austin Metcalf. He killed him. He had a knife. He stabbed him. They're claiming, oh, he was getting bullied. It was self-defense. Listen, the way this case is sounding, I call bullcrap. Even then, self-defense of what? Because he said some mean words? Worst case scenario, he said bad stuff, which, if he did, I'm not defending, But does that mean he deserves to die? You see the problem with this case, and the scary part is what precedent this would set. Because if they somehow win, which I have a gut feeling they're going to win this case, and everyone's going to say this is the O.J. Simpson case 2.0, which, listen, the O.J. case was bad enough. Everyone knows about that. I have my own takes about that. But at the bare minimum, you could say, well, the prosecution, they fucked up. They screwed up the case. That's why O.J. won. You can argue that. Here it's just, oh, he's innocent because he's black. I'm not exaggerating. That's what people are saying. Oh, he's innocent because of racism. That is bullcrap. That's insane. And if he walks free, you know what's going to happen? More people are going to do the same thing. You know why? Because it's not just they got off scot-free. They're raking in a fortune. This is the most disgusting part about this. Listen, proclaim your innocence, fine, whatever. But this family is raising like $1 million. And apparently, his family and friends, they now have shitty t-shirts. They're selling these crappy t-shirts of Free Mello. What? He killed somebody. Yet these people, they're raising hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're buying a new house. They rented a new car. They're, all this crap. And now they're selling crappy shirts. You know what precedent this sets? It's going to make people think they can suffer no consequences. And in fact, they can rake in a fortune. That's why I'm terrified about this case. Listen, if he's innocent, fine. But the way they're acting, they're raising all this money. They're grifting off of a dead kid. They're grifting off of a dead kid. Think about that. They're raising this much money for this case. And they might actually win because here's what's going to happen. You just get a jury that's tainted and they're terrified of the response, or they think he's innocent no matter what. They don't care what the evidence is. They'll say he's innocent because of racism or some crap. Now do you see the problem? Society is falling apart as we speak. And we got to end this now. We got to stop this crap now. Because it's not just the Starbucks thing. It just continues. It slowly builds up over time. And at some point, it's going to explode. There's no way this is sustainable where you can have this happen where, oh yeah, this guy killed somebody, he becomes rich off of it, and he gets off scot-free. If that happens, you're going to see way more cases of this, where people, they think they're completely innocent, they can do whatever they want, and worst case scenario, they actually raise money off of it. Do you see the problem? Why I'm worried? I am worried about the future of this country because things are getting worse. This whole case is getting worse, and racial tensions are exploding, which is crazy. Listen, we always had racial tensions, I'm not denying that, but 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't a problem. It wasn't a problem like 15, 20, 30 years ago. 30 years ago, the average American, they loved somebody like Michael Jordan. They didn't care about race. They did not care. They just liked people for who they are. Now, everything's about race. It's slowly building up tension. And at some point, this might be the case where it finally blows up. This entire thing, it finally blows up and people really think the system's completely racist, and if he's guilty, it's because of racism. But if he is found not guilty, which again, I guess it's possible that maybe he's right, I'm not denying that, but based on what we're hearing, he killed them because supposedly he said some mean words. It's like, oh yeah, sure, I call bullcrap. But the point is, guys, if he's found not guilty, just because the jury is tainted and they think, oh, racism, you know what's going to happen? There's going to be copycats of this. More and more people would do stuff like this, thinking they're above the law, no one can touch them, because if they do, well, it's racism. We can do whatever we want, and we can rake in a fortune. Does no one see the problem here? I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. This is crazy. It's not sustainable. And already, this crap is spreading. And now, this has been building up for years. It's not just this one case where, oh yeah, we have a big problem or whatever. No, it's been building up for years. But already, you got some people on the left. They're now advocating for violence. Look at this is a real headline. This is a real article from a leftist, a complete nut job. He said, "When must we kill them?" And I'm not going to show the article here because it's nuts. But basically, he is saying that this nutcase is saying we must start killing people that support Trump. We must start killing the Trump administration. This is being pushed, and a bunch of Democrats, they support it. What? And you read for what reason? It's because, oh, he revoked the visas of a couple students, and he imposed taxes. Really? This is your reason to say this. And it's not just one person. It's a bunch of people on the left pushing this crap. Not everybody. I should be clear about this. There are some people on the left that are against this. They're saying this is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. But the sad part is, the majority think like this. They think violence is now the answer. There's no other solution. We can't do anything else. We must resort to violence. Guys, I don't know how America could survive this. Because it's going to happen. There's going to be some real bad stuff that happens the next couple of months if this isn't resolved now. Tensions keep building every single day. People are stopping and not caring about each other. No one cares anymore. It's all about racism. It's a racial issue. Tensions are exploding. And now you're starting to get people start suggesting, well, maybe we should resort to violence. Not just a small 1% minority. No, it's slowly but surely becoming the majority of the left. I don't know what we do. I mean, I'm terrified. I really am, because I don't know how this is going to end. These people are escalating things to ridiculous degrees for the dumbest of things. Yes, I know you're upset that you lost, but you know why you're losing? Because of crap like this. This is why the left is losing and why they can never win. Because you think they're threatening people, oh, they're not going to do anything. What's going to happen if they get a one-seat majority? Who freaking knows at this point? The left keeps getting radicalized more by the day. And at some point, something bad's going to happen. And I'm terrified what's going to happen, who it's going to happen to. It's going to get ugly. So I'm hoping and praying that this stops. The FBI and the DOJ, they got to start doing more stuff. Like, they've done some good stuff. You know, they're going after some real bad people. But now you got to start focusing in on these lunatics. Because these people are pushing violence. They want something bad to happen because of racism. And it's going to, this whole thing's going to blow up. At some point, it's going to take one more bad thing to happen, and this entire thing's going to explode, and it's going to become an utter disaster. It's ugly. I don't like talking like this. Usually, I don't like saying stuff like this, but this is just the truth in all of this. Things are about to get very ugly. And I'm praying it doesn't get to that point. I don't want violence. I don't support it. But the people who are pushing violence, throw them in jail. We cannot risk this anymore. I thought we learned our lesson after Trump got shot. That, hey, maybe we pushed things too far. But no. Now they're tripling down, and it's going to get worse. If the Democrat Party was serious, they would immediately condemn this. They would say, this is insane. We may disagree with Trump on a lot of stuff, but no. Stop with the violence. But you notice they've said nothing. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share it with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.